Hey guys, we're back with the house in Fata Morgana. When we last left off, we got to the 5th door when we started it. Yeah, it called it the 5th door, right? I think it did. Yeah, it did, definitely. And, I'm really loving it. The 5th door is great. Like, we're only 30 minutes into it or so, but it's probably my favorite door so far. Anyway, let's get started. Been a little under 2 weeks since I moved in with Michelle. Though we lived in the same house, we rarely saw each other. I was playing this song. We've heard this before. I forget what door it was in. Maybe multiple. Maybe it was the Door 2 song. On unlucky days, I wouldn't see him at all. Wasn't sure if he ate in his room or his schedules were simply misaligned, but we never had any meals together. Oh, I'm gonna move my mic so you hear sound. Let me position it like so. Perhaps he was deliberately avoiding me. That has to be it. I know servant and master don't usually eat at the same table, but even so, they need to be a little less obvious about it. Am I really that much of a nuisance? Not doing anything inappropriate, am I? Being pleasant and sociable, aren't I? I haven't given him any reason to not like me, I think. I hope. Never been very enthusiastic about my staying here, but I hadn't been given a choice. I've been sent here by his family. Besides... No. Out with the negative thoughts. Gotta stay positive. Yeah, he hasn't tried to chase me out yet. I just haven't broken the ice. I had to stay positive. Optimistic. Happy thoughts. And be myself. As long as I kept working at it, with enough time, Michelle would surely come around and not be so distant. I've got a goal, so let's get to work. First, I make supper, and I ask him to have it with me. Gotta be proactive when it comes to the reclusive types. Alright, here goes. Or here would go. Or you're almost out of supplies. Well, so much for that. The cellar was where the non-perishable food was stored. Dried food, smoked meats, cheeses, and a small scattering of root vegetables. Looking at this makes me feel like a soldier holding down a castle's fortifications. Am I sure really gone 10 years on nothing but this? I would have raised the white flag long ago. You said he hadn't left the mansion at all in those 10 years. I assume he has to at least go out to get supplies, right? Running out of food is kind of a life or death matter. Can't believe he hasn't put outside even once, and... What are you babbling about? Yeah! Look, wah! Oh no, he overheard me. I assume we were talking to someone. Huh? Does anyone else live here, Master? There's something I've noticed. I don't know if it's significant in the slightest, but both Giselle and Michelle look straight, like, they look straightforward in their sprites. Well, not right now. He's looking to this, but like, his body is looking straightforward, I guess. Everyone in the past, like, you know, Mel, Nelly, the Beast, Pauline, they're either facing to the right or to the left, depending on what side of the screen they were on at the time. Which, I don't know if that's significant. Like, you know, sometimes those small details mean something. I think the maid actually does that too, right? Does anyone else live here, Master? I haven't seen anyone. It's just the two of us. Alive, anyway. I mean, there are ghosts. Something of the sort. Haha, there you go again with the jokes. Not a child, you're not gonna trick me like that. There are adults who believe in such things. I suppose. But I don't really believe in ghosts or demons or curses or anything like that. The church just tries to convince people they're real so they can squeeze more money out of them. We're gonna have to turn you over to the church, you blasphemer. No. I pray every day, honest. I don't particularly care either way. I'm returning to my chambers. What? Already? You didn't, come down for food? I only came down because I heard voices. A moment. Please, just a second. What? My stores are almost empty. What do you normally do when you need more food? I'll happily accompany you on a trip to the market. Already? That was fast. There are two of us. I really don't need that much, do I? In the dim light, it was difficult to make out Michelle's expression, but I thought I could see a tinge of annoyance on his face. Hold your ground, Giselle. That's something I thought of. I mentioned this in Door 4. Like, you know, when they run out of food faster than, you know, like there can't be enough for 2 person in 1 crate, right? I assume he's still getting the crates with the book monthly. Said he wanted to get closer to him. Is that a parsnip? Michelle was holding a dangled ball of roots. The reason I asked was because the parsnip looked like it was on the verge of total decomposition. See? There's still food. He then handed it to me. Wait! What? You want to eat that? It's clearly you've seen better days. You're gonna get sick. Or are you telling me you can survive on rotten vegetables? Of course I won't eat it. I just figured you're hard enough to survive. What do you think I am? Oh, he's definitely a jerk. Or if the resulting diarrhea might reduce your appetite. You're kidding, right? You can't be serious. Anyway, we should bury that outside. And we can go purchase fresh supplies. I told you I don't go outside. And how do you... Huh? A visitor? Who could it be? Oh yeah, there's no XXXs now, right? We're done with that? Right? Yeah, I think so. Perfect timing. You're a servant. Make yourself useful and go retrieve the package. It's not a deliverer, but a wanderer. Chase them off. If it's not a deliverer, but a wanderer, chase them off. What? Package? Master? Hold on a second. What are you talking about? He's gone. What kind of delivery is he expecting? Michelle stood there unmoving, veiled in shadow. He glanced over at me, then threw his gaze to the front door. Question mark? At his command, I raised the bar, pulling open the door. After nearly 2 weeks inside, the light from the setting sun almost blinded me. The world went white, my head pounding. After a few moments of intense blinking, my eyes acclimated themselves to the evening sunlight. Come on, look! You see climate in there? I mean, look. Anyone would make that mistake. There's no one outside, only a crate easily large enough to fit a child. Is this the package? Master? I turned back to face Michelle, but he wouldn't meet my eyes. It seemed more like he's avoiding looking at the light than at me. Starting to seem more and more like a vampire. Not that I believe in vampires, of course. Regardless, pray there's nothing bad in here. That's heavy! Master, can I get some help? Gee, thanks. I'm a servant, admittedly. That's a lot to ask of just one girl. A little help would sure be nice. Once it's inside, close and bar the door. He said it dispassionately. His head is still turned towards the darkness. As you wish, Master. Once the door was shut, I found myself sucked back into the world of darkness. It hadn't even been 2 weeks, but the lack of light was beginning to become my normal. The outside world had grown farther and farther away. Being old up in here is definitely not good for me. Should go for a walk sometimes. Maybe plant some flowers and vegetables. That's actually in contrast to the white-haired girl's opinion in the 4th door. She's basically, yo, I don't like the light. I want to go back inside, or something like that. I like that idea. Maybe I can grow some old tangle of roots into some fresh parsnip. What else do we have to plant? It'll be great if there's some flower seeds. What are you doing? Open the box, now. As you wish, Master. Oh, there's food inside? The box was a burlap stack filled with berries, root vegetables, and smoked meats, as well as an assortment of bread, fruits, and wine. Except for the fruit and bread, everything else was the same as what Michelle kept in the cellar. Ah. Buried beneath the burlap sack was a single book. 1 book a month. Really hasn't gone outside in 10 years. Gracie began to grasp the situation. Yeah. But why? This was delivered by someone from your house, Master, wasn't it? A servant, I assume. Why would they leave without saying anything? No one wants to talk to a cursed man. In the past, they would occasionally check in on me. That hasn't happened recently. They think you're cursed? Alright, you don't believe in curses. They come up with their own explanation. Excuse for them to want to stay away from me. That, for example, killed someone, or maybe that I'm insane. Oh, we haven't seen that expression before, I think. I couldn't. Regardless, I'm not normal. Bring the food down to the cellar. The book to the library. You are, of course, free to refuse and run back off into the woods. I'll do it. Alright. Then you take care of that. Hey! What is it? Just noticed that there's something else in here. It's wrapped in cloth. What could it be? Ooh, a painting. Were you to hang up somewhere in the house, I presume? So dark you can't see it very well, but I'm sure it's... Don't touch that! What? Michelle, who had kept his distance from me up until that point, suddenly marched over. Yeah! And ripped the painting from my grasp. Master? His face was twisted into a look that I had never seen him make before. Was it indignation? Disgust? Hatred? Panic? I couldn't tell, but there's more than enough negative pressure to cause me to flinch back. Is that a painting? Perhaps, is that painting something important? A landscape painting. He muttered under his breath, that tension melting away from his face. Myself looking at his usual blank, impenetrable expression. But his face was still fixated on that picture, staring at it unblinkingly. Why a landscape painting? Some kind of passive-aggressive message? It's not of anywhere nearby. Did they travel somewhere? Well, it's not of that girl, so that's an improvement. Master? Oh, you're still here? Still here? Of course I'm still here. Who do you think you asked to take care of the package? What's with you? Just running over and snatching the painting from me? You scared me. Can you maybe explain yourself? What's so special about that painting? I don't believe that's any of your business. Not of my... Of course it is. You ripped it out of my hands like some kind of thief. I have a right to know what it was all about. Maybe an apology while you're at it. You told me to open the box, so I did. Then all of a sudden you're angry. We're not equals. Do not mistake yourself for my friend. You have a right to know? You have no such thing. You don't have to be rude. I'll say it again. Leave if you don't like it here. Like, I never asked for you to be here. That's your wish. My wish? Are you out of your mind? I never asked for this. Never wished for this. Who in their right mind would want to be sent to some house in the middle of nowhere? Who would ever want to go through that? Oh, calm down, Giselle. You can't get angry. You're right, this is what I wanted. But I never wanted to make you mad or for us to argue like this. Just wanted to get to know you better, to get closer to you. I mean, it would make things smoother for the both of us. It would make living together more enjoyable for us. Listen carefully. This is very important for you to understand. Do not try to involve yourself with me. Do not go probing around for information. If you can't do that, leave. I completely shut out. The glare he was giving me and the standoffish aura he was emanating were reflected in his tone of voice. Why? Why did he try to push me off like that? Seems Giselle really didn't know much about me. Despite being sent here from my house, she was unaware of the monthly deliveries, so what was the reason why I lived in this mansion all by myself? Why, though, would they not have told her anything? Why had she been sent here left completely in the dark? Giselle looked up at me, fear and bewilderment in her eyes, though I thought I could see a glint of suspicion beneath it all. Like her true feelings were bubbling to the surface. Everyone had darkness in them they kept hidden. No one was exactly who they appeared to be. She was undoubtedly thinking, I'm not here because I want to be. I knew from the moment I first saw her that her bubbly, sweet effect were all a facade. Had she thought I was dense enough to not realize? She's no different than anyone else. What I didn't understand, though, is why she refused to leave no matter how hard I pushed. What was she hiding beneath that innocent-looking face? What was she thinking? What did she carry on her shoulders? Everyone is hiding something, deceiving those around them. I had to figure out what she really was. May I ask you something? Yes? On the day you arrived, you said you made a teeny tiny mistake while working at my family's house. Tell me about that. What did you do at the Bollinger estate? In that moment, brief though it was, her disposition wavered. Fear? Terror? No, perhaps anger? I couldn't tell. Nevertheless, it was abundantly clear that that was a subject she had no interest in me breaching. So she had borne her fangs. The smile she donned was now visibly forced. It's nothing you need to concern yourself with, Master. I promise it's an insignificant little thing. She couldn't say. Why couldn't she tell me? What had she done there? What did this woman know about that house? What did she know about me? What was concealed beneath that smile of hers? I'm the master of this house and you are a servant. Still you refuse to tell me? Like I said, it's nothing. There's no reason to bother you. For the mere servant's personal blunders, Master. What are you hiding? Not hiding anything. I should be able to tell me exactly what you did at the bowling estate. Like I said, tell me. Tell me. You won't tell me a thing about yourself, yet you demand others to tell you about themselves. There you are, practically threatening me. Demanding I tell you something I don't want to talk about. Yet you still haven't told me anything about the painting. Ho! So I was right. You do have something to hide. How many times must I repeat myself? We're not equals. Michelle, can't you be cool? I don't care if it's insignificant or something you don't want to talk about. What? I'm ordering you to tell me. A trifling blunder would not get someone sent to live with a cursed man in a house spoken of unfavorably. Whatever she had done at the bowling estate, that had something to do with why she was here. If she truly hadn't done anything, then she had something to gain from this place, or possibly from me. And if that was the case, I had to get her to talk. Didn't make me. Giselle's eyes were open wide. Recognized the look she was giving me. I knew very well what that gaze meant. You're an abomination. It's the same as them. I can't really tell what emotion that is. Is that like sad? Fear, contempt, revulsion, repulsion. Oh, thanks, Michelle. The way she acted. The way she spoke. It's exactly the same. You're no different. I made her uncomfortable. I made her afraid. She thought I was unpleasant. She thought I was despicable. She thought I was an abomination. And at her answer, I grabbed her by the shoulders, clamping down far more powerfully than I had meant to. Stop! Her face, contorted in pain, morphed into someone else's. Who was I directing my anger at? Where was this rage being aimed? Who are you calling an abomination? What? Tell me, who? The black fur bubbling up from within me knew no end. The girl, she ridiculed me. She denied my identity with a glare. I couldn't escape from that phantom, that reality. What are you? Never called you a... No, get away from me. Get your hands off me. Ah. Giselle's scream echoed in the entrance hall, rattling my eardrums. She frantically smacked my arms aside, and I came back to my senses. She was standing a little ways away, breathing heavily, arms wrapped tight around her body. Glowering. Is it glowering or glowering? I don't know. At me. Showering your opposition to by touching her. Showing. Okay, he touched her, so we know it's not. That curse is fake. So, assuming no fantasy stuff, that means it's probably a birth defect. Could be his, well, he doesn't have albinism actually, does he? He's just pale and has white hair. So, could just be the white hair thing. But, yeah, I don't think so. Enlightening. No. You just, you startled me, that's all. Some servant you are, telling your master not to touch you. Right, I have you know. I'm, allergic to people. It's a very unique condition, I hear. I mean, can you believe that? Nope. So you know how some people get all red and itchy when they touch your dog or cat? It's that, except for people, so... So, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I beg your forgiveness. Why don't you speak your mind? What? That's what's going through your mind. This is what's going through your mind right now. I have nothing to apologize for. No, that's not. I can somewhat sympathize with your plight, being made to apologize even though you're hurting. I raised my hand against you first, after all. Then you, forgive me? Sympathy does not equate to forgiveness. Now you take care of the package. I'm heading back to my chambers. What is it? You're not going to make me leave after what I just did? No, I'm not. For it would seem I can make you leave on your own whenever I so please. Besides, I had yet to learn what she had done. It would be exceedingly difficult to get the story from her own mouth, which left me with one option: to write a letter to my mother, especially as the very thought revolted me. I imagine what he write in the letter. Yo, Mom, why's the maid here? Also, why did you change the Netflix password? Give it back. I called my mom today to get the Netflix password because I don't have a Netflix account. I was like, I want to watch a TV show, and she has one. So I was like, yo, Mom, give me the Netflix. She was like, okay, sure. Then I got on Netflix. I was like, oh, I'll watch Breaking Bad. Then for some reason it stopped every it delayed a frame every 2 seconds, and then there's green stuff. I was like, oh, I can't watch Breaking Bad. Oh wow. I've heard Breaking Bad's good. I just never got around to it, you know. I wanted to watch another show. I forgot what it was called now, but it wasn't on Netflix. So I was like, I saw Breaking Bad. I was like, it's a classic. There's some other. I hardly watch any TV shows that's not anime. I've heard Black Mirror is good, I think. It's technology gone wrong or something like that. I can't actually name a TV show. Oh, I've watched Friends in whole. I've watched all of Friends. Probably. I've probably seen every episode at least once, I'd say. Maybe. Anyway, let's stop talking about TV shows. Let's get back on with this. Several days have passed since the package arrived. The end of my 3rd week living in the mansion was drawing near. Michelle wasn't getting any friendlier either. He continued to either snub or bluntly dismiss me whenever we crossed paths. I didn't understand why he acted that way around me. But there's little point in asking when he seemed to think there's little point in talking to me at all. Although at first I'd been sure there's some way to get him to warm up to me, the more time I spent in the mansion, the more my willpower began to feel like it was at its breaking point. I could tell myself to stay positive until I was blue in the face, but it only worked for so long. The one pretty place in the whole house. Lydia hasn't covered it back up. Blue moonlight shone quietly through the stained glass window, brightly illuminating some of the room. I hadn't noticed until now, but the room with the stained glass window appeared to be modeled after a chapter. A chapel, not a chapter. Rows of pews faced the windows, below which sat what used to be a pulpit. A pulpit? I don't know what a pulpit is. I assume it's like a lectern, maybe? There's very little left of it, though. An awkward length of silver is mounted to the pulpit's front face, which was, I assumed, formerly a cross. Upon further reflection, rather than facing the window, the priest seemed to be pointing at the pulpit, rather than the cross hanging on it. I wasn't sure why there'd be a chapel in a mansion, but I had no one to ask about it. For a house of this size, a statue of Christ or the Virgin Mary seems more appropriate. It's a very well-made chapel, at any rate. I doubted Michelle had it built for himself. There'd be no reason for him to cover the window if that were the case. Nor had I ever seen him come to pray. He doesn't seem like one to believe in God. Not sure if God really existed, I'm sure that the world would be much more pleasant, peaceful place. A much more pleasant, peaceful place. No unfair disparities in money or power. No senseless misfortune. I certainly wouldn't have found myself here either. But God was evidently quite fond of giving mankind trials, so he could probably tell me with a straight face that this was one too. Or perhaps We simply had a false impression of him. And he didn't actually give us anything. He merely sat back and watched from somewhere far, far away. It wasn't his job to bring peace to the world, or ensure our laws were fair. That was all mankind's responsibility. What is God? What are angels? I have no idea. Maybe the Bible has answers. Why should I pray to someone so far away? I don't know my prayer is even getting there. But still, it's not like I have any other options. Oh, this seems called Encaged, by the way. We gotta bring that up. Don't you worry. It'll all work out, I promise. I already know where I'm going to work. It's a really permanent noble house, way out of reach of some small-time merchants like us. You never know, this could be my big break. I'm just kidding. Don't look so worried. I'll be just fine, honestly. I'll make enough money for us to get back on our feet. Well, for goodness sake, I can handle it. Leave everything to me. You just wait. I'll make our family into something you can be proud of. I'll be fine. Yeah. Say bye to Mom for me. Probably won't be home for a while. What? You're afraid I'm gonna make some kind of careless mistake? I would never do that. I'm not that airheaded. I can be refined. I can be a refined and elegant young lady. Those nobles won't even know what to believe anymore. If you don't believe me, how about I give you a little taste? Ahem. How are you doing this fine morning, master? Your morning beverage is ready, prepared with the utmost of care. See, how about that? Not bad, huh? What? You think it sounded forced? Ask the daughter of a merchant who ran a shop on the capital's main street. What country is this in? France? Yeah, her name's Giselle, so probably France. Father passed away in a plague, so it's just me, my mother, and my older sister. Maybe I'll to say business was doing well. We struggled to squeak by day to day after taxes. So we couldn't just abandon the shop and leave the capital either. So I tried to make the best of what we were able to take in between the three of us. Then my sister fell in love with a moderately well-off aristocrat. Both my mom and I were supportive of her in her desire to marry. But the union almost fell apart because she was not suitable for him. Merchants were hardly the lowest class. What we lacked, instead, was wealth. We needed another source of money, beyond what the shop took in. If only we had money, my sister could get married. If only we had money, my mom wouldn't have to work so hard. If only we had money. It was then that someone from the distinguished Bulliger estate approached me. He said they were in need of Abigails and would love to have me. He said that if I agreed to work for them, the Bullinger estate would take care of my family. Generally speaking, noble houses took Abigails from other lower-ranked noble houses. It was unthinkable for someone of my status to receive such an offer. So I took it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance and accepted the offer. I just pray that nothing bad happens to my sister. That Mom is getting enough money to live comfortably. That's all I can do. They're nobility. They have plenty of money. Enough to spare some. It'd be like, what if they just stopped paying them when she moved here? They're like, if she ever finds out, that means she left the mansion. So, she doesn't deserve it anyway. That'd be messed up. The light shining through the stained glass window began to grow murky, fading into blackness. It felt like a message from on high, that no, my prayers would not be answered. The bluish-white illumination shining down upon me disappeared as clouds blocked the moon. Oh, come on. You don't even want to look at a solid woman like me? Oh, for heaven's sake. Never asked to end up like this. We're with Michelle now. They're nobility. They have plenty of money. Enough to spare some. Well, come on. You don't even want to look at a solid woman like me? You think it getting dark out was just him standing over her? For heaven's sake, I never asked to end up like this. Giselle was sitting at one of the pews in the room with the stained glass windows. Just looking at her, you might have thought she was offering a prayer, but the words coming out of her mouth are anything but prayerful. They're filled with resentment. They have plenty of money. A solid woman. Then I had never asked to end up like this. So this is what's beneath that facade. Most likely money's what she's after. All I need to do now is confirm my suspicions with them. Just what awful secrets will I uncover? I gave Giselle, sitting in the pew with her head drooped, a cursory glance before leaving the chapel. I had somewhere else to be. The bitterly cold outside air felt like dozens of needles flowing into my lungs. It had been so long since I stepped beyond the mansion's walls. A thick mist canopied the night sky, blocking out the moonlight. Naturally, the heavens did not rejoice at my leaving the house. It had been 10 years since I had seen the mansion from the outside, and then it changed one bit. A gloomy scar upon the earth, shrouded in darkness. Hardly the kind of place someone would enthusiastically approach. Nevertheless, it was better than that house. I assume he's talking about the... Wait. Yes? Who is it? Michelle. What? Michelle Bollinger? Just one moment. I'll be right there. Come in. It's a humble abode, but make yourself at home. Who is this? Wow, I must say, this is rather unexpected. Just one word, and I would have been up there in a heartbeat. How was I supposed to do that? And regrettably, fresh out of carrier pigeons. Right. Yes. My apologies. This man, living in a small cottage not far from the mansion, had been hired by the Bollinger family. His job? To watch over me. That said, we never actually interacted. His tasked with keeping track of whether I was still alive, whether I remained in the mansion. The monthly package for my family was delivered to him, which he then passed on to me. It was insipidly convoluted, but it was indicative of how much they wanted to avoid anyone learning about me. Well then, what can I do for you? The manservant was visibly rattled. Afraid, too. But not because of the difference in our social ranks. I had a pretty good idea what he had been told about me. He was afraid of me. Or rather, more specifically, my curse. People fear that which they cannot comprehend. Not just children, adults as well. They fear demons, witches, and curses. Anything impure or not of this world. But I had long since gotten used to being viewed as such. It didn't sadden me, it didn't disappoint me, it didn't pain me. Some things were too foolish to concern yourself over. Though it certainly doesn't make me feel good, either. I was on some level annoyed. That woman's appearance at the mansion had created ripples in my once tranquil life. So before I got into the real reason of my visit, I decided to take out a bit of my frustration. Raise your head. There's no need to be afraid. I don't know what you've been told, but I promise I don't bite. Ah, how rude of me. You're right, my sincerest apologies. Your job is to keep watch over me. The mere sight of me has you trembling. What will you do if I try to run? I'd have little trouble escaping. That would be quite unfortunate. What would I ever tell your mother? Not sure that would end well. You could lose everything you've been paid so far. Or you might get lucky to get out with your life. Surely your mother would not... You are aware of who you're dealing with, right? Ah. Michelle, the cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family, made a pact with the devil. I don't need a blade to take your life. You wouldn't even make it back to report anything. Have mercy, Lord Michelle. This guy just likes to mess with people. Wait, did I say Michael? I might have then. Please do not leave the mansion. Please, spare me. Only joking. What? I don't have the power to kill by way of curse. The man fell silent, but the look on his face said, You are cursed, though, aren't you? Once someone's got an idea planted in their head, it's not impossible to get rid of it. I'm so cursed that anyone can see it. That I need to be locked away in a dark mansion. I'm here because I had a question for you. Not to warn you that I plan to run away. A question? For me? Yes. Approximately 3 weeks ago, a black-haired woman came to the mansion. Tell me what you know about her. I was told there would be an Abigail coming, but that's all. I don't know anything else about her. I swear, that's all I know. I haven't been told anything else. My jaw, did that thing. I believe you. Never thought they'd tell you anything. Right. He had been hired to observe me. That's all he was. A hired hand. He wanted me privy to the Bollinger family's internal affairs. Take this. A letter? I need you to deliver it to my mother. I could have just left it in the box from this month's package. Would have collected it when I dropped off the next one. I'm in urgent need of information. Will you do this for me? Yes. Why, yes, absolutely. I'll fetch your delivery boy tomorrow morning. Much appreciated. Good night. You too. Do take care. Lord Michelle? Yes? Is it true you don't have Would you like me to sew your mouth shut so you can never open it again? Don't have what? That's his curse. He doesn't have something. He's missing something. Oh! I have solved the puzzle. I'm a genius. So, Michelle, you know, the Michelle is a girl theory? What? He doesn't have a you know. I'm not allowed to say it because YouTube will ban me. But, you know. He doesn't have one of those. So, he's not a girl, but he's just kind of, you know, the birth defect that I was... It all makes sense! I'm a genius. It doesn't really make too much sense. Well, okay, so we know, well, we almost know, not 100%, but like 90% know that Michelle's the white-haired girl in all the chapters except for the fourth door. Well, yeah, not the fourth door. So what that means is he gets reborn as a girl. And maybe, you know... Well, I want to reference something, but I don't want to reference it because it's a heavy spoiler of it. I wanted to say it's kind of like that. But, like... You know? I can't reference it. No! Well, you get what I mean. You get what I mean. I'm a genius. I figured out. I have solved the house in Fata Morgana. Thank me later. Would you like me to sew your mouth shut so you can never open it again? Not at all. My sincerest apologies, Lord Michelle. That's horribly disrespectful. Good night. Hi. Cursed I most certainly am. Wait, but they said wasn't he described to have a manly voice? Like, if he didn't have a you know, like, that reduce testosterone. Like, I don't know how the human body works, but doesn't well, maybe that's not it. Why? Wait, here, let's look it up. What causes male voice to deepen? Voice change. Oh, there's a Wikipedia page on it. This is the age of puberty. Before puberty, boys and girls have roughly the same vocal pitch. Yeah. Anatomical changes. Yeah, the voice box. It's more prominent in boys than girls. It's more easy to perceive. Maybe it doesn't have to do with that. I mean, I don't know anatomy. You think I learned anything in high school? Come on now. My brother's response arrived just 10 days later. The delivery boy must have pushed his voice quite hard. It was almost exactly a month after Giselle had moved in. You're gonna leave us on a cliffhanger, Gabe? And shortly thereafter, on a bone-chilling night, everything came crashing down. The rift between us grew deeper, the wall between us impossibly high. When I lay bare, the scars in her chest, mercilessly plunged my knife into them. No scene name? Okay, this scene doesn't have a name. Oh, we're still unencaged? Okay. It doesn't say that up there. So, I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thanks for watching. My guess, I'm not 100% sure what happened, but from her dialogue earlier this go, maybe I'm mistaken. But it kind of sounded like a... Well, she kind of... Well, hold on. Can I scroll back up to it? Maybe not. But it kind of sounded like she got raped. Which... I imagine in year 1090... Well, was it that? Huh. I'm not familiar with culture back then. But would that be like one of those, you know... Get out of my house, you know... Or not necessarily even rape, like, you know, it could have been consensual, but didn't sound like it. Like, if she slept with a... You know, if she held hands with, if she held hands with, whoever Michelle's dad is, and then she was just shipped out of the mansion to over here to, you know, keep quiet. Shut up, fax machine! I mean, that's my theory, what her, teeny tiny mistake was, or whatever she called it. So see you guys next time. Bye.